Hello and welcome to the Vivid View. My name is Jennifer Rogers.
And I'm Matt Brennan.
And this is the second part of the Gen Y Q&A with Baby Boomer, founder and principal broker of Vivid Financial Services, Matt
Good
Brennan.
afternoon.
So last week we covered a few questions that were written in by Gen Ys, and we've got a handful more questions, so we're just going to get stuck into it. This question is from Nathan. He's 23. He asks, what advice could you give a young couple wanting to buy their first home based on your mistakes in the past?
Look, it's pretty much the same answer as before. It's got a lot to do with research and savings. Obviously, the more you can save up, the less you have to borrow. Therefore, your repayments going forward will be a lot less. But certainly research the area, research the lenders that are available, and just go into it with an open mind rather than a closed mind looking at a particular property.
Now, the next question is from Elise. She's 19. She asks, looking back to when you were first married and renting, did you ever think it would be possible to own and have owned and sold 4 homes and owned 6 homes?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Elise, at 19 when I met my wife before we got married, we were both 19 at the time, we never thought about owning a home because it was a different time then. We didn't think about it in 1984 about home ownership. It wasn't a big thing on our radar. At 19 years of age, I think it's great that you're asking that question because it's obvious that you're interested in trying to do something for your future. So, yeah, look, it's just all about getting a plan. Putting it down in writing. If you've got a goal or you want to achieve something, write it down and work towards that every day.
Now the next question is from Daniel, 27. He asks, why did you buy these investment properties? What is your long-term goal?
We bought the investment properties. Initially the one in the super was bought because at the time I realised that the super that we had going for us wasn't going to be enough to cover us in our future years. I work in the industry. I was working for an investment company at the time that did this sort of thing for clients. So I ran the numbers and worked out that putting super away just wasn't going to be enough for us. So that's the reason why we bought the property in the super. The property outside the super is one of many we'd like to get down the track, and it's designed to provide us with a passive income in retirement. So we don't have to rely on the pension because it won't be enough. Okay, so they're our goals.
The next question is from Michael. He's 29. He asks, which is better in your opinion? Buying an old home and renovating it, or buying a new home and building it from scratch?
Look, the short answer is it depends on the individual. If you're capable of doing the work yourself, it's going to save you a lot of money because renovating isn't cheap. Again, it depends on what the ultimate gain is going to be at the end of it. What is your end game? Is it going to be to hold that property and keep it for a long term, or you're looking to do a quick swap it? I think they call them swappers these days. They buy, fix and sell off. So if it's a quick sale, you want to improve it and get some immediate equity in a property, well then it's a good thing to do. If it's a long-term venture, it may not necessarily fit in with your financial goals to buy a property, spend money fixing it and then trying to rent it out at the end. So it again depends on what your ultimate goal is going to be. I think probably the most important thing to consider.
The next question we have is from Janie. She's 21. She asks, should people go for a fixed rate or a variable loan? What are the pros and cons for both?
That's a very good question, Jamie. I'm getting a lot of questions around that right now. As the interest rates are the lowest they've ever been historically, it's a situation where people, are they going to go any lower? That's the thought process that most people are having. My learned opinion is that they can't go much lower, I don't believe. At some point in time they're going to have to go back up. At present there are some fixed rates that are very competitive. 3.6s, 3.7s for fixed rates, so it's not a bad idea to consider a fixed rate now. But if you're a little bit scared and you're a bit unsure as to which way to go, you can switch your loan, you can actually split your loan to a fixed and a variable, so you can get a portion of each, which gives you the benefit of a fixed rate, so you know what your payment will be for a period of time, but also the ability to be flexible with the variable side so you can run the gauntlet with the interest rate rises and drops.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks for your time, Matt. Thank you for all of your questions. Fantastic questions. We didn't actually have enough time to put all of them into the segment, but I'm sure we'll be holding this segment in the near future as well.
Look, definitely. Next week we're going to look at some bridging finance options. So basically bridging finance is all about buying a home before you've sold your existing home. So stay tuned for that. It should be good fun.
Yeah, awesome. That'll be a great segment. So if you guys have any questions about today or last week's episode, drop a comment in the box below or jump on our website, vividfinancialservices.com.au, or call us at any time on 0402 159 225 or email at info@vividfs.com.au. You guys have yourselves a great weekend.
Yep, stay safe. See you next week.